Hey, welcome to a quick look at Trivia Time. Everybody loves trivia, and this is great. This game is fantastic. You can play it with your family at home. You can play it at a restaurant. You can play it on a stage with hundreds of people. You can play it online with thousands of people. It's a fantastic game. The coolest part about it is that you're going to play it up on the big screen, but then all the players will play along. That's my wife. All the players will play along on their iPhone, which is fantastic. So it's a great way that the entire crowd, everybody plays along because they can all log in and play along on their phone or device. You can play on an iPhone or PC. Okay, just give you a quick look what that would look like. This is a game we were playing this at an event recently. What we did for this one was we had a bunch of middle schoolers, so we put them all in with their small group leaders, and their small group leaders each had their phone. So that way we had about 30 teams playing. It was all the kids playing together. So you can see we're going to ask a question. As soon as we ask a question, then they're all buzzing in. They got about 10 seconds to answer. They're gonna select what they want, and you can see when they answer, the leaderboard pops up. Everybody cheers. So you can see there on the right side, that's the leaderboard showing the top 20 people. So you can have 1,000 people playing, but only the top 20 will show up on the leaderboard. So that's how it looks on a big stage. We also have it like some people will play this over Twitch or Zoom, and you can see they're playing it online. You put a couple people on there, but then playing it online with people all over the country. That's a fun way to do it as well. So that's how the game's going to look. Let's jump in and show you how to play it, how to host it, and how to have a really good time. So let's just jump into the UI. So up above, you'll see that is the game screen. So I'm here on this laptop, and you connect the game a lot like you do like presentation software. So you'll have your laptop with an HDMI cable going up to your screen or projector. And then what you'll do is you'll make sure you go into your system preferences, and in your display settings, make sure you got set to extended desktop, not mirrored, extended desktop. So it's two different settings. Then in the control screen here, you can use this little on-off button, and that will turn this way. You can see that's my desk. So right above me, that's just my a second display that's a TV with my computer desktop on there. When I turn the game on, you can see it right there. Right below that, there's a screen selector, and you can see right here, those are the two different displays I have. I have the laptop screen and then the TV screen connected. There's also a custom fit, and we'll come back to that in just a little bit. So as we work our way around the TriviaTime user interface, it says TriviaTime, so it's kind of time-based. So here at the top, we got a clock. And so the clock, what's great about this is you can set the game to play however long you want. So if you want to play for 5 minutes or you want to play for an hour, you just set in the time, and the game will just keep asking questions until time runs up. So you can just hit the plus or minus button if you want to add another minute or two. You just hit update. You can also do that while the game's going live. But if you want to type in, like if you want to play for 30 minutes, just type in 30, hit update, and you can see the clock updates and it's ready to go. Whenever you're ready to start the clock, you can just hit start clock, but we'll wait just a second. We'll get more. For this game, we're going to do a demo game here in a second. I'm going to just play it for 3 minutes and just kind of show you how it works. You know what? We'll play for 2 minutes because, who's got time for a tutorial video now? Okay, so that's the clock, super easy to play. Now, as we go down the side now, with trivia questions, people always ask, can I edit the questions or can I import my own? And the answer is yes and yes. So right here where it says load questions, if you hit the edit button, you'll see this really cool user interface pop out. And this is all the questions in this question set. So, and here at the top, you can either do them in order or random. And if you do them in order, it's just going to go from top, it'll do the very first one all the way down. If you hit random, it'll be crazy. So that way, if you are playing, like if you just want this to run like for an hour, if you have 100 questions, just hit random. You can play this many times. If you're at some kind of event and you just want to play during walk in or walk out or during in between sessions, that's a great way to hit random and just let it play as much as you want. So what you can do is you can make a new file, you can open a file, or you can do a save as. So we can just hit load default questions, and that'll put all the default questions in there. Or if I want to open a file, I just hit open file, and that's going to bring in, and you can't see that because of the way I got this tutorial set up, but it just pops open a window and asks for the questions. I'm just going to open one, and then boom, there it is. So just imagine in your head that there was a window popped up and I just selected a file. I think you've seen that before. All right, so once it's there, now I can also then edit these. If I want to, I can do a save as and and just kind of change a few questions if I want to have different sets. And so our idea with this is if you are in a school and you want to do a section on history, or if you're doing like pub night and you want to do like Harry Potter trivia, you can just have different sets and then you can share this with other people. So it's really easy. If I do save as, it's going to save this onto into your documents folder, and they'll all be right there. So you can have as many as you want, share them with whoever you want. So that is, then if you want to edit one, the way you would edit one or add another question is you add a new question, and then up here, you type in your question here, where the Q is, question, and then the answer to the question is gonna be right here. Then you have three other fake answers. So like, what is the capital of Georgia? And then I can do, that is gonna be Atlanta, but then I would type in like Washington, Auburn, that's not even close, that's a horrible name, and then Athens. So then that's how then hit update, and it would save that right there. But if you then later go back and go, that's a horrible question, I can just select that question and hit delete, and it's back to normal. Hit save, and we're good to go. But for now, I'm just gonna hit play, and we're back and ready to go. Okay, so cruising right along. We're learning all we can about Trivia Time. So that's where you load all the questions. Right below that, you'll see a grayed out section. That is where the game's gonna play in just a second. But before we play, we gotta get a room code. So everybody's playing along on their phones or their device. It's work on iPhone or any tablet or desktop that has connected. So to connect it, we're using ccg.buzz. It's a free service we offer out there. If you go to connect this game to the ccg.buzz system, just click on get code. When you click on get code, you'll see that little game code pops up. That's DYJV. That's your code for this specific game. So then you'll see there in the top left up there, just tell the people who are playing, say, hey, if you want to play along, go to ccg.buzz. So I'll show you what that looks like. If they go to ccg.buzz, you're gonna see it's gonna look kind of like this on their phone. This is ccg.buzz, and then it's gonna ask them for a game code. And so from there, they'll just type in that code that's right up there, DYJV. So type in DYJV and hit join. And when I click join, then it's going to ask me for, it's going to show while we're playing Trivia Time, and it's going to ask me for a player name. So I'm just going to type in my name, Brad, B-R-A-D, and hit enter. So now the game has now turned, and so now on the phone you can see it looks a lot like that the game's going to look in just a second. So so let's keep on rolling on. I'm also going to, because we're here, I'm playing this on a phone, and just to kind of show you, to kind of simulate what this is going to look like, I'm also going to enter into a web browser on my computer here. So I'm just going to type in the code right now, DYJV, and hit join, and that is on it's in Safari. And then I'm going to enter there, and I'm also going to enter into Chrome. So it's DYJV and hit join. And I'm doing that so that on the leaderboard, there'll be multiple people on there. So this will be Chrome. Hit enter. Okay, so now I've got my phone and then two browsers open, so we can kind of see how the leaderboard's going to work. All right, so the next tab over here is the game mode. And so if I hit game, you'll see now the game pops in there. And so you can see it's ready to go. There's no questions up there. The leaderboard's empty, but the game is ready to go. So now what I can do is I'm going to hit the show question. When I show question, it's going to pop up there. You'll see on the thing there, you'll see the question has popped up on the question, but there's no answers, or there's no possible answer. The questions popped up, but no answers just yet. So to do that, and the reason we do that is some people want longer time. If it's a more difficult question, you're going to let them read it and then think about it for a little while, and then you're going to say show choices. When you show choices, that's going to start the clock. You got 10 seconds to answer. So I'm going to say, I know that the correct answer here is Sid. So I'm going to type in Sid here and type in Ralph there, so you can kind of see what happens. But it's so the faster you answer, the more points you get. But if you get it wrong, you lose that many points. Okay, so we've typed it all in there, and so now the time's run up. So now the next button's going to light up, and it says show guesses, and you're going to see. I can now see on the control interface, or in the user interface over there, I can see all the people who've buzzed in, and I can see that in the control screen that I've got 2 people did that for Sid and 1 person for Ralph. But on the game screen up there, right here, you can see there's an actual percentage, and that percentage shows you what percentage of your crowd has voted for each one of those. So then now we know, oh, looks like most people said Sid. Well, let's see. Then I just say show correct, and it shows, oh, Sid was correct, and you'll see it will flash and highlight on your screen. So if they get it right, their phones will light up. If you're in a big crowd of people and all the phones light up, it's kind of a fun way to show off. All right, show me your red. So that's kind of fun there. So then that's the whole game. So then you just keep on doing that. So just hit show question. What percentage of Antarctic glacier ice is penguin urine? Show questions, and then people can then buzz in. And so now we've all buzzed in, and now you can see time's about to run out. So we'll see what happens when time runs out. I'm going to show guesses. Oh, time's up, but you can still finish the game. So it's not, that timer doesn't kill the game. It just lets you know that it's the last time. If you want, I could hit clear question. We could end the game right there. But instead, I'm just going to go ahead and hit show guesses and say, okay, well, looks like most people said it was 3%. Let's see if that was correct. Click the show correct button. And it was, and so it's going to flash the correct here on the player's phone, and then it's also going to update the leaderboard, and you can see that Brad now has 94 points. So when that's done, I can say, okay, at this point, it's going to say I can declare the winner, and all right, congratulations, Brad, you are our winner for today. And then it'll say on the phone itself, it'll say you won right there. So that's a really cool way to do it. So if you didn't win, then it'll just say time's up on your device. So that's how you play the game. You can play that for as long as you want. It's super fun, and you can have any questions you want, so you can make it really feel really custom. But speaking of customization, let's keep on rolling through, and let me show you a couple of the customization options. Well, actually, before we get to customization, let me show you this. So whenever you're playing the game, I'm gonna start the game again. I'm gonna put another 3 minutes on the clock. I'm gonna hit update. I'm gonna start the clock. Here down the left side, there's some, it says auto click. If I turn this auto click button on and I hit show question, it's going to automatically, you can see that there's a little timer out to the right. It's counting down. It's gonna count down for you and then automatically click that button. So now, as a host, I can just walk around and talk to people, and the game is running itself. It's gonna ask the question, it's gonna check it's gonna give you the questions, it's gonna show you what everyone voted, and it's gonna show you the correct, and move on to the next one. So now it said Kryptonite, it updated the leaderboard, and I didn't buzz in, so I didn't get more points. And then now it's asking the next question. And so it's gonna wait 3 seconds, and then here we go. A bolt of lightning contains enough energy to toast how many slices of bread? That's about 100,000. I've done this one before. So these people are gonna type in here. So you can see, so as from a hosting standpoint, having those buttons there, now you don't have to click all of them on. If you want to click just one of them on and show, just whenever I click show questions, automatically click on this one. So if I can turn this one off and turn these off, and so now it will just, as soon as I click show question, it will automatically show choices or show their possible answers and turn this on, but then it's not going to show the guesses until I click the button. So it's flexible, and you can turn them all on, turn them all off, or do whatever you want to do there. Okay, so that is the autopilot functions on this. Super cool. Okay, right next, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the clock and clear the questions. So that'll help us with some audio. Now what you'll see out to the right here, and I turned up all the leaderboard, but right here on the right on the control screen, it says trivial names. So what happens is that's going to default to on, and what happens is that way you'll see, like right now it says the first place is Little Cowboy, and so right here on my phone, like my name is Brad, and right there it says Little Cowboy, and if I turn off trivial names, it's going to say Brad. So what that does is with it on, even if I type in, like if we did this, so in case someone types in like a curse word or something, a little rude, it's going to default to trivial names on, and that's going to give you like these fake names. We have a random name generator that comes up with a whole bunch of just funny trivial names. And so it's going to default to on. If you want to use actual names, just turn that off right before you start, and it'll just use everyone's built-in name. It's kind of fun if you're playing this in a corporate setting. Everyone can just kind of play along, and you don't know who's winning. And then when you get to the very end, you can then see who the actual winner was, and that way it keeps it kind of fun and engaging. It's just a fun way. I'm going to switch back over to this. So that's kind of a fun way to use the trivial name. So it saves you from having curse words on your big screen. All right, so let's move on into the customization portion of the game. So here on the right side, it says backgrounds. And so if you see up on the screen up there, I can just turn a black background on. I can do a color background. It's got all the swirls and colors. We've got one that just says blur, and that's going to be just a nice soft one. Really, I like these two, just depending on what kind of mood you're going to be in. It kind of can set the tone. But a lot of people ask, can I customize the background of this? People doing corporate shows, or they're doing a themed out family game night, or maybe somebody's birthday. Well, what we've got down right below in the backgrounds, black, color, blur, and then alpha. When you turn the background alpha, what that does is that removes the background. And if I turn the game off, what you can see is this is actually just, I don't want to do that. I want to come over here and do, grab it, can't grab it. This is just my desktop settings. So right now, if I got Taco Bell, if I want to have a corporate event in Taco Bell, then when I turn the game on, then all of a sudden it's turn the logo on, I got Taco Bell trivia night. You know, that could be super fun. Or if I want to, I can go in here to my settings. Come on, get there. I can click on, if I click on like Harry Potter, I can have a Harry Potter theme night. If I want to do like a trivia night or science fiction, this is a little background from Mystery Science Theater 3000. So if I want to do like just a fun trivia night, I could turn the game back on, and turn the game back on. And now I've got like this fun little, it's just a fun trivia night game. So you can literally make this do whatever you want. One of the other cool things, remember when we talked about the screen selector, you can go up to the screen selector and hit custom fit. And now it's gonna scale that, well, let me just show you. You can kind of drag this thing to wherever you want it to be, and you can shrink it down. So if you want to, for people who are doing like, if you want to play this over Zoom or over like, you know, stream, or you could put a window, like just like I got my camera here, I could pop this up and put my face or something here and have trivia night going on around it. So being able to shrink the game down, make it smaller, gives you the ability to really move. You can really, all that said, you can really customize this like crazy. So I don't want to talk about too much because you kind of get the idea, hopefully. But I'm gonna go back to just a regular second screen, and that's kind of the default. So down at the bottom, I'm gonna show you one last, well, no, a couple more little things. We have a little checkbox here for a keyboard shortcut. And the reason we do that is a lot of people are using like Stream Decks, a lot of like DJ hosts and stuff. If you turn that on, then you can use your keyboard shortcut to automatically go through those where we had the autopilot. So each of these buttons. So if I click on the keyboard, I can trigger that next button, and they're all triggered to either a 1A or space bar. So if you do that, it just toggles through it. It just keeps going through that whole list of whatever button is next. So that's a way you can kind of, if you want to program with a Stream Deck, or you want to use your keyboard to automate some stuff. All right, then down at the bottom here, I showed you the winner icon. The audio level, you can just adjust that. That's gonna affect all the music and sound effects. But then down here we have the quick message, and this is really kind of cool. If when everybody's on this mode here, I can select a quick message from my list and say, let's go, game starts in 5 minutes, and hit send, and you can see that game pops up, and you can see game starts in 5 minutes. It's going to run for about 10 seconds and go back. And I can select another one. It's like there's like a guy named Robbie who does really good. I could send a message out, Robbie rocks. Now, this is going to everybody. And so, but it's a really fun way to say, hey, the game's about to start, or the next round is going to be this. So you could say you're going to go from history for 5 minutes, then you're going to go over to some kind of random music trivia. You can say, hey, music trivia is up next, and that's a fun way to kind of send those little short messages. To edit those, you just come over here to edit my list, and you can just type in whatever you want right here. So I can go next round music and hit save, and then just select the one I want. So I get select next round music and hit send, and now you can see next round music. Boom, right, just like that. Super fun, super easy. So I think I've covered everything. The game's actually, it's very simple to run. Once you see this game, super easy to play, and you can play it, like I said, with a family, just for fun family game night. This is great. We've played this like over Zoom with our family and have people in Missouri and here in Atlanta, and we're all playing together, get all the cousins together, get grandma and grandpa, and you can all play along together, laugh and joke and have a good time. Or you can play it, you know, with a corporate, play it with your team training kind of thing, or play it on a big stage. Or if you're a restaurant and you just want to do like, you know, go have Taco Tuesday and play some play some trivia while you're eating some dinner. That could be a fun thing to do as well. So, I mean, you wouldn't do it. The restaurant would do that. So if you're a restaurant, you would do that. Don't just, well, if you want to. I mean, just have fun. Have fun. It's trivia. Everyone loves trivia. Anyway, so that's trivia time. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed this. And thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching.